Lauderdale, Connecticut, in the Promfret General Repair car and Jeff's Custom Graphics. Here's John Carpenter.
And we are underway as the double greens are displayed atop the flag stand. Troy Waterman jumps out in front of Megan Fuller and leads the Limited Sportsman field to turn 1.
And it's already a double file battle for third and fourth. On the inside is Corey Fanning, so he gets a jump over Kyle Garrow. And also in the running, the 64 of Michael Malburn.
Here is 3 wide action deeper in the field as Sundin drives all the way to the bottom lane of the racetrack underneath Robinson and Sean Monahan, who runs up high. They make that work as Megan Fuller runs away with the top spot.
And here comes Waterman going around. Troy Waterman getting hit by his brother. A glancing blow administered by the 75. It didn't look too serious, but stranded in turn number 2, right underneath the Bud sign, is Troy Waterman. So that car, it looked like a revolving
New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Friday, September 21st, and Saturday, September 22nd. Full throttle fall weekend. So that's coming up 2 weeks from now. Again, adult red ticket 724. If that's your ticket, go down and see Taylor just outside of Victory Lane, and she will go ahead and hand that very cool prize off to you. And again, courtesy to driver car number 10, Hank Stott, who donated these tickets to us to be able to give away here today.
Now there is damage to the right front of the Ryan Waterman car, and that is where he made contact with his brother Troy. So even though Ryan Waterman is in 5th, he does have a little bit of scar tissue on that number 75.
We'll see if it slows him down at all as he starts on the inside of row number 3. So we have 1 lap into the record book here for the Limited Sportsman feature event here today. We'll have the Sunoco Modifieds on track next for segment number 2, another 20-lap event as part of the Sunoco Modified 2020 Sprint. Back underway here with the Limited Sportsman.
And it is even at the start between Corey Fanning and Megan Fuller. Remember, Fuller had the lead before the yellow came out, and she is on her way to getting the lead right now.
Trouble turn 1 and 2. Carpenter has gotten to the outside wall along with the 33 of Daniel Kutu once again. Now both of those cars got together going down into the corner.
Corey Fanning. Corey Fanning has been racing all over the East this year. He's been in the touring division, the 375 open division. So he has been at a lot of tracks. Kyle Garrow, a rookie driver in car number 19, will be starting to the inside of the second row as we are ready to raise the curtain.
Field rolls through turns 3 and 4 as we get ready to get back up to speed. A little beating and banging as they come across the line. Manning down to the inside lead, and Megan Fuller up high, giving her a run for her money through turns 1 and 2.
And Megan trying to get some bite coming off turn number 2, but it's not enough. It is Corey Fanning to the inside. They are frozen together like twin pops. In third, on the outside, Michael Malburn trying to get by Garrow. As they bang their way off the corner, Corey Fanning is our leader.
Fuller tries to change her strategy and look to the high side of the front straightaway, now darting back to the inside, making a bid for the race lead. Off the turn they go, Fanning with a slight edge over Megan Fuller.
But that was a pretty crafty move by Megan as she tries to bury that car underneath the 47. And they come off the turn, a little sideways action for Fanning. And now the battle for third, Malburn on the outside, getting a challenge from Garrow, and Garrow gets a position.
Garrow has done a really nice job. He's been a nice addition to this Limited Sportsman class in 2018. To his outside is that 64 car of Malburn, who's hanging tough up there in the high lane, while working to his inside is Ryan Waterman in the 75.
And he is surrounded by Malburn. Van Horn moving up, and on the inside groove is Sean Monahan. Something wrong with the Waterman car. He runs in to Garrow in the 19, and there was smoke coming from the bottom. I wonder if that was a tire issue or something for Ryan Waterman.
Now he's trying to win his second championship here in the Limited Sportsman division after claiming his first title just 1 year ago.
And part of what keeps him busy, he is in charge of his son Brody's racing career, and Brody had a very big season this year in the Bandoleros, so that kept Dad extremely busy.
He won 3 races this season, did Brody. Ready to go back under the green flag. Fanning just does not come up to speed, and they're going to go ahead and throw the caution flag for the limited Sportsman cars, and we'll realign them. The starting zone is those two red marks in the middle of turns 3 and 4, right where the King Cadillac GMC billboard is, and it carries across just to about where the start of that turn 4 grandstand is, right near the tent.
It looked like Megan Fuller, she was on her own island there for a while. She was the only driver that moved until Michael Malburn moved behind her. Now we're trying to do better, as that was a dress rehearsal, and let's see if this one will be for keeps.
Well, Fanning is the race leader, and so he controls the restart, and this time he does. He'll lead the field across the line. Megan Fuller, though, has a fender to the inside. Can she do anything with it?
She looks tough on the inside groove, so they are able to barnstorm their way off the corner. Van Pelt moving into third. Robinson trying to follow him, but by a nostril. Trying to put, trouble in turn 4 is going sideways where Van Pelt and Malvern, but they were able to rescue themselves.
Did a really nice job at keeping it off the wall and out of trouble. Meanwhile, a bit of smoke looking as they come off turn number 2 from the Fanning machine. And now they get off turn 2, and there's that Fanning car that went spinning. We saw that smoke start to develop at the entrance of turn number 1, and now his car spins to the inside of the back straightaway.
And he is in Daffodil Boulevard on the back stretch, and the yellow comes out on lap number 5. And Megan Fuller, she was able to move into the lead. You get to see Joe, who will be on pit road.
I will. That's going to be a fun one. Musket 250. Lots of racing. That's a lot of announcing to do in one day between the Pinty Series that will be there, the K&N Pro Series East, and the Musket 250 for the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour. But keep in mind, the big show again here at Thompson Speedway. One more race left to go is when they will settle all the issues for the Wheel and Modified Tour. It's the World Series of Speedway Racing, October 12th, 13th, and 14th. And man, Justin Bonsignore, you just can't stop him. Winning last night at his home track at Riverhead, his 7th of the season, and he's been so good here at Thompson this year. He is marching his way toward his first ever championship in the Wheel and Modified Tour, and he might be the guy that unseats the champ, Doug Coby. And it doesn't look like Kobe's going to win his 5th straight here this season.
Even if Doug Coby runs the table, I don't know if it'll be enough, because Justin Bonsignore never has a bad outing.
Yeah, and Bonsignore stays home. and the rest of the field, you're right, it would be tough to go. So we're almost guaranteed a new champion in the Wheel and Modified Tour. They will be crowning the champ during the Sunoco World Series of Speedway Racing. You got to be here. An unbelievable event if you haven't been here, to the grandeur of the Woodstock Fair. It's huge when we come here for World Series weekend.
Right now looking for a huge restart. That is Sean Monahan, and he gets a jump on Megan Fuller. So the point leader moves back out in front. The battle is for 3rd. Van Pelt hanging in there, but the spot belongs to Brent Gleason.
Gleason won his qualifying heat earlier today. Started in the 9th position in this main event. 5 laps in, has moved inside the top 3. Don't count him out. And Larry Barnett now driving to the inside of Jeff Van Pelt, a completely new setup in that 73 car. And it seems as though he likes it, Matt, as he's up to 4th.
Yeah, and remember, Scott Sundin was involved in an early mishap. He is fighting for 7th place right now on the inside of Zach Robinson. Trying to run and hide is Sean Monahan. Megan Fuller isn't about to let that happen. And a very interesting battle for 3rd and 4th. And it doesn't stay a battle for very long, because Larry Barnett moves in to take the spot.
Oh, trouble though off the end of the front straightaway. The 75 of Ryan Waterman and the 36 of Scott Sundin involved in a heavy incident. Zach Robinson is in it. Ed Correa is in it. And boy, there is smoke billowing everywhere out of that 75 car.
Bowling is very similar to auto racing in the fact that you don't know how your tires are going to react to the track. You have to go and see. In bowling, you don't know how the ball is going to react into the lanes until you go and try it out.
I thought you were going to compare it to you stand him up and you knock him down.
Well, Scott Sundin has been knocked down a few times in this one, but he still has some power. power as he tries to get under Hank Stott. Sean Monahan is back out in front, but he has a new challenger, and it's the all-time win leader, Larry Barnett.
Barnett closes in on turns 3 and 4 in a battle for the top spot. Monahan, who's got rubber marks all down the right side of that number 55. That car has been used up throughout the course of the season. It was like that when he rolled in here today. Looks in the rearview mirror and sees a pristine number 73 Larry Barnett, hungry to get another win as he chases down Monahan.
A pretty good comeback for Kyle Garrow as he is rallied to move into 7th. Houghton behind him. And here's Sundin. That car still has some voltage in it as he is on the verge of getting underneath the 71 car.
Not only is it fast, he's also angry at this point, and man, he is driving with fire in his eyes as he comes off turn number 2 and charges down the back straightaway. The leaders are in sight. I mean, they're a long way away, but he can see the front of Monahan and Barnett.
Boy, his eyes look like the towering inferno as he tries to make it from mid-pack. The lead is starting to be reduced for Sean Monahan. So Larry Barnett, it has been about a year since he has visited Victory Lane, and he is trying to jackknife his way close to the number 55 car.
He closes in within 1 car length now. Megan Fuller has not fallen off. She has stayed right there in the 3rd spot. Another squeaky clean number 2 car in a podium position. Now bearing down to the back bumper of Barnett, only about a foot behind off turn 2.
As here comes Barnett all over Monahan like a wig on Dolly Parton, trying to move to the inside. Now Chris Meyer, he has some energy as he is gorilla glued to the back bumper of the Megan Fuller car.
He is right there as they go off the end of the front straightaway. Meyer coming to life here with 8 laps to go. Inside lane. Got a wheel underneath Fuller. Can't make it stick.
Well, the top 5 cars could fit in an eyedropper. Now wandering to the outside is Barnett, but wandering there with him is Sean Monahan. So there is no room on the outside for the 73, so he goes down low, and Monahan is hugging the inside lane.
Protects the bottom. And it's the same thing that Megan Fuller has to do with Meyer right behind. Meyer tapped to the back bumper. Now Brent Gleason begins to close into that black and blue 01.
And he goes to the outside of Meyer. We'll see if that strategy works. Van Horn having a good race in car number 13, then followed by Garrow, but up at the front is Sean Monahan, and getting ever and ever so close is Larry Barnett in the 73.
He may not have enough time to make it work, but Scott Sundin is faster than the race leaders by over 1/10 of a second. He is charging into the back bumper of Kyle Garrow. It'll be a nice recovery, but it's probably not going to be enough. Here's Monahan across the line, leading the charge back to turn 1.
Larry Barnett in second. He has a lot of crafty tricks. He's going to need one in order to find a way by Monahan, as those 2 cars about equal on the speed chart. 3/100ths of a second faster is Sean Monahan. Megan Fuller in 3rd, followed by Meyer, and then Gleason. Down to 4 laps. Time is running out for Larry Barnett.
Can he get it done? A completely new setup. He has never tried it before in his racing career. You got to try something different when the same old doesn't work anymore. And he tried it. Might come up a bit short today unless he can find a little bit more speed out of that 73. Does the veteran have any more tricks up his sleeve, and can he pull it off in 3 laps?
Well, he is going to his driver's manual to come up with some strategy. Almost was able to stick the nose underneath Monahan's car that time. He will have another opportunity coming off turn number 4. And Megan Fuller having one of her best runs of the season in 3rd. Meyer behind her. Whenever you can hold off a driver who is as accomplished as Chris Meyer, that is a good thing.
Had a shot at the win today, did Megan Fuller. A very good run for her. Can she hang on to the podium spot? They'll see the white flag this time. It's Monahan leading the 73, a couple of lap cars. Tommy Shea up ahead as the race leaders come to the white.
And can Sean Monahan find the exclamation point on lap number 20? Opening up his lead against Larry Barnett, but he has to worry about the 19, one of the slower cars. Here he comes, no issues. Well, things were exciting for Sean Monahan as he comes off turn number 4 for the final time.
Checkered flag is waving, and Sean Monahan will come across the line and get the win. Megan Fuller, out of shape, coming off turn number 4, will lose 2 positions coming into the checker.